Hello, and welcome to my November message. I want to thank those of you that had an opportunity to attend the State of the College address last month. It was a terrific event. I hope it set the tone for a new way of communicating annually with the State of the College. And for those of you that didn't get a chance to see it, I would encourage you to go to our institutional YouTube channel and check out a recording or read the speech online. But thank you for those that had the opportunity to attend. Next, I want to turn our attention to next Tuesday, Veterans Day. We'll have a number of celebrations happening on campus, including our flag-raising ceremony, Mass in the chapel, remembrances of all the Gales who have served our country with honor and dignity, and recognizing veterans is an important part of our St. Mary's heritage to me. It culminates Tuesday night, Veterans Day night, at the men's basketball game, where we will recognize our veterans and honor their service to our country. As you may know, November is Native American Heritage Month, and I want to not just acknowledge the contributions of Native Americans to St. Mary's College, including the very land on which we exist, but the contributions that so many of the tribes and Native Americans have made to not just St. Mary's, but our country's progress. And I hope over the course of this month you'll find ways to honor and recognize Native American Heritage Month. As the leaves change colors and the temperature drops a little bit, here comes fall. And that means it's performing arts season at St. Mary's College. I'd encourage you to get out and see our talented students. I did recently. The Late Wedding is our theater production that just finished its run at the theater. And you know, 5 of the 9 performers in that production were first-year Gales. Terrific. Good for you, students. Way to get involved immediately when you begin on campus. It was a terrific production, and it sets up some other wonderful performing arts that are coming this fall. So in a week or two, our dance students will be having their performances, and I encourage you to go to the events calendar and check out all the details about our dance program and when their performances occur. And lastly, I'd mention our music department. In December, they're going to begin with a whole series of choir events, band events. These are terrific shows and performances, and each one, whether it's theater, dance, or music, they highlight the talents of our students, and I'm always thrilled to get out and support them, and I would encourage you to do so as well. You'll be amazed at how good our students are. Another wonderful tradition of fall, which I experienced last year, is Friendsgiving. This is sponsored by our Alumni Association, and while many alumni attend, it's open to anyone in the St. Mary's community. Saturday, November 22nd, is when we celebrate Friendsgiving. I'd encourage you to go to the events calendar or the Alumni Association site. Either one will give you details, and register to participate in this outstanding annual event that happens here at St. Mary's. And when Friendsgiving is coming, it reminds us that basketball season is also here. And our men's and women's basketball teams are off and competing and making us proud, representing our school in a positive way. And I'd encourage you to get out and see each of our teams, and let's bring that energy, that strong Gale force support for those student athletes that are participating in our basketball programs. I think it's going to be a good year for both, so get out and see the Gales. You know, as we enter this season of Thanksgiving and Remembrance, I want to offer some thanks first to Dr. James Johnson and the entire team in Information Technology Services. They do an outstanding job across our campus, helping all of us keep our computers running, our networks up and going, and I just want to thank that group for their tireless efforts to support St. Mary's students, faculty, and staff. Second, I want to acknowledge Veronica Thomas and my good friends in HR, Karen and Rosalinda, and all the folks that work to make open enrollment available to our faculty and staff. This is open enrollment time. Make sure you get your benefits squared away before we get to the end of that period. Thank you to both of those groups. And speaking of thanks and Thanksgiving and remembrance, I want to take a moment and remember all of our St. Mary's community that have gone before us, whether that's faculty or Christian brothers or staff, students, alumni. Over the course of this year and the past years, we've lost a number of wonderful members of our community. And as we enter this time of remembrance and prayer, I would ask you to keep your fellow Gales close to your heart. In closing, this is Thanksgiving. I know I have a lot to be thankful for, and one of the things I'm really thankful for is our St. Mary's community. Thank you to everyone who makes this such a wonderful place. And I hope over the coming weeks as we celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, you find time to spend with those that mean the most to you. Whether that's family, friends, loved ones, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Thanks for all you do. We'll keep St. Mary's moving forward as we get ready to start a new calendar year. And as always, go Gales.